Okay, so let's see. It's about a boy who fell in love with filmmaking, shot as much movies as he can with whatever he had, and became a legendary film director known as Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm watching this movie.
Mark.
So the movie The Fabelmans is a story of how Steven Spielberg fell in love with filmmaking and just how his pursuit of a career for filmmaking led him to where he is to this day. Now, the interesting thing about this film is that it's what a lot of people would call a semi-autobiography about his life, of how he first saw his first film and how he just started making films ever since then, even as a little boy. And the thing is that he uses a different name for himself, which is Sammy Fableman. And it was just interesting because he told it in a creative perspective of where his life is like a story. And that's the thing about films, is it's all about the story. You get to see just how much he loved filmmaking and just how he was ready to take it to the next level. Gabriel LaBelle as the young Steven Spielberg, who just has that passion that looks so real on the screen, and that just makes you believe that that's definitely Steven Spielberg's right there. As far as like the other actors goes, you have Michelle Williams as his mom, you have Paul Dano as the dad, and then you even have Seth Rogen. And I was never expecting some great performances like that from him, like especially seeing him in a lot of like comedy movies in the past. Like he definitely did a great job at the role that he was playing. And same with Michelle Williams too. It's like, holy cow, she definitely brought it on the screen, because she, or at least her character, like she had a lot of like different emotions. The way like she brought out the character was absolutely great performances. Same thing with Paul Dano as the dad, just this loving father who is doing whatever he can for his family. Now, one of the things that I do like about this film, I mean, kind of don't either, but it's the drama. And the reason why I like it is because it adds realism to his life, because his parents were going through marital problems, and even went as far as like a divorce. And it was really hard on him, because he's trying to pursue his passion of filmmaking, but then this was all going on at home with him too. And this is something that a lot of filmmakers, like even myself, growing up trying to make films or write scripts, like when you have like that kind of drama going on in your own very house, it really does affect you a lot, to where it affects the things that you love. So that's something that, as much as I don't like drama, but it's just something that truly does happen in real life. It's just a question of like, how bad do you still want to pursue your passion, even despite with all of this going on in your own life. But one of my favorite scenes is when he's directing this actor, and this is when he was a teenager. Him and his friends were filming a war movie, and he was explaining to the main actor about what's going to happen in this final shot. And he just connects with the actor in an emotional level. And he tells him that you're the last man standing. You think about, your team who is now dead, and how you feel responsible for it, because you led them this far and only to see them dead in the end. And so to see them connect in that emotional level is like just absolutely how brilliant he was, even for a young director at that age. Like communicating with like his actors is absolutely amazing, and that just goes to show like just how legendary he is. There's another scene too that I really enjoyed, where when his mom and dad were getting a divorce and they were telling the kids about it, everybody was crying, everybody was breaking down, everybody was angry and sad. and you had uh, Sam sitting at the stairway, just watching as things were unfolding, and he had that look in his eyes where he was pretty much studying them. And next thing you know, on the mirror on top of the chimney where you see everyone's reflection, you see for a brief second Sam with the camera filming all of this. And it was confusing at first, but then, I came to realize what was going on here. He was trying to capture that moment of real life drama, real life pain, real life tears. And that's the thing that he always looks for in his films is realism. And so that goes back to the scene I was talking about earlier about how he connected with the one actor in the war movie that he was shooting with his friends. And that just comes in full circle of how he works and how he has this vision for his films. This is definitely a film for filmmakers and those looking to pursue filmmaking, even people who aren't filmmakers. This is still a great movie to watch. The story is absolutely beautiful, really beautifully told about one who loves filmmaking and one who is not willing to give up that passion and continue on. And now that's the reason why we have Steven Spielberg. And it was just all because, he loved it with a passion and he kept going with it despite all the drama that was going on at home. He still did what he did best, and that was tell a story on the big screen. And this is definitely a film that I love with a passion because, I grew up wanting to make films. Ever since I started writing scripts, I always said to myself, I wanted to make movies as well. And so, I've gotten together with friends before. We shot movies. It wasn't the best, but it was just at the most creative level as I could get. And even to this day, I'm still pursuing script writing and filmmaking, and it's just something that one day I hope to make it up to the big leagues. But the way I see this film is that if Steven Spielberg was able to do it, despite all the obstacles and the drama that was happening in his life, then so can I, and so can many others out there. So Steve, if you're watching this, thank you for sharing your story with us and also the inspiration. And please, please don't stop doing what you're doing. All right, guys, so that's it for this review on The Fabelmans. If you can, definitely watch this in theaters. If not, definitely still watch it anyways. It's still a great story. And again, thank you to Steven Spielberg for sharing his story to all of us and just the journey that he had to go through to get to where he's at. And if you guys have any more questions on The Fableman 2, definitely let me know in the comments below. And if you guys have seen The Fableman, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys want to check out more of my work, you can find them on my social media network and also my YouTube channel, which speaking of, if you guys haven't done so, definitely click on that subscribe button. That way you guys will get more updates on projects and events that I'll be involved in. But until then, guys, this is Jason Lord with Jason Lord Photography and Films, bringing art, stories, and entertainment.